Republican issuing an apology. Have we ever seen this before? Joni is the Republican senator from Iowa. She just made headlines the other day during a town hall when one of the constituents pointed out that cutting Medicaid will lead to deaths. People will likely die. And Joni's response was, well, we're all gonna die. I know, it's a really vile and reprehensible way to respond to her constituents' fears, especially given that's her actual job. But thankfully, she's issued this public apology, so let's watch that together.
Hello, everyone. I would like to take this opportunity to sincerely apologize for a statement that I made yesterday at my town hall.
Great start, Joni.
See, I was in the process of answering a question that had been asked by an audience member when a woman who was extremely distraught screamed out from the back corner of the auditorium, "People are going to die." And I made an incorrect assumption that everyone in the auditorium understood that, yes, we are all going to perish from this earth.
Joni?
So
Joni,
I apologize.
That's...
And I'm really, really glad that I did not have to bring up the subject of the tooth fairy as well.
What?
But for those that would like to see...
Is this apology based in hell?
eternal and everlasting life,
Oh, no.
I encourage you to embrace my Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ.
No, Joni, no. Joni, why didn't you just lead with let them eat cake? It would have been more endearing than this. Now, you know why I didn't immediately run to parody this video? Because there's no competing with the original. I mean, I will try later. But for tonight, can we get Merriam-Webster tagged in here somewhere? I fear Joni does not know what the word apology actually means. That's actually not an apology at all. It's actually called doubling down. You aren't sorry for what you did because you just did it again. You threw on your t-shirt and went to probably a country club and tried to do a folksy response so that people understood where you're coming from, and then you just made it worse, Joni. So much worse. Is your PR crisis manager a Democrat by chance? Your constituents are rightfully pointing out that the big budget bill harms everyone who isn't a billionaire, basically. There are so many aspects of this bill that are troubling, and when somebody points out one of those aspects, just one, that is absolutely going to lead to human harm, your response is like, deal with it, everyone dies. You couldn't write a better villain than this. Just naturally occurring. Here she is, prepackaged for you. Actually, can we tag in Netflix and Disney, Hulu maybe? Who's on this app? I found your next villain. I can do the dialogue. Just call me. Then she comes in with a threat of the tooth fairy. Make no mistakes, that was an actual threat. She's coming for all your childhood nostalgia. This woman's gonna rip the rug right out from under you. Like whatever glimmer of hope and happiness you have left, Joni Ernst is here to take it away. Like, can you imagine if you hired Joni to break the news that, like, your dog died or something? Sorry about your dog, Rufus. He died an excruciating death underneath the wheels of my ugly-ass Cybertruck. But, I mean, you can always just buy another dog, right? Let me call up Christy Nome. I'm sure she's got a few. I'm surprised Joni didn't show up to this meeting dripping in diamonds and eating caviar. She's not even trying to pretend that she understands our struggle. This woman doesn't know what it's like to live paycheck to paycheck. She doesn't have to worry about affordable healthcare because the government pays her bills. She doesn't have to worry about finding prescription medication. This woman has yacht money. Yacht money. The only thing she has to try to keep her connected to you is the spirit of Jesus Christ. I'm gonna tell you what Jesus wouldn't have done. He wouldn't have cut Medicaid. He would have made sure everyone had access to affordable healthcare. He would have made sure everyone had access to affordable housing. He wouldn't have forced a brain dead woman to incubate a fetus. He wouldn't have just said, leave it up to the states. They'll just find the money and hope that kids had food to eat at schools and home. None of what you're doing or saying matches up with the ideology of Jesus Christ. And actually, faith-based leaders should be the first ones in my comments calling Joni Ernst out for her incredibly unchristian-like behavior. Because when a large group of people tell you that you've made a mistake, tell you that you've hurt them, and you are a person that's supposed to be representing their interests, you know what the first thing you don't do is issue a public statement like this where somehow you manage to be even more insensitive than you were in your initial comments. This isn't a threat, Joni, because I know that someone's going to primary you, and honestly, if I lived in Iowa, I would primary your ass myself. And I'm going to say is, Joni, enjoy your time. Enjoy your time here, because eventually people will wake up. Not everyone, but enough people will wake up to the truth of the reality, which is that the Republicans have been conning them and grifting them for decades now. Your time on top is limited. This just proves Republicans could run a garbage bag and then their people will show up for it.